show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
And I'm better now. I'm experienced now, professional. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom. Hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
I am the greatest.
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Now, Sergey Kovalev just lost his light heavyweight championship in TKO fashion to Eleider Alvarez, and it was on HBO, and it was a really good fight and a really good performance, a career-defining performance by Eleider Alvarez, and he basically introduced himself to the boxing world. Now, Eleider Alvarez, he's the guy, he's the mandatory, he's the guy that Adonis Stevenson kept giving step-aside money to for years so he wouldn't have to get into the ring with him. And I think Eleider Alvarez showed in the fight with Sergey Kovalev why Adonis Stevenson has been reluctant in avoiding Eleider Alvarez all these years. Now, I'm not saying Eleider Alvarez would beat Adonis Stevenson. He could beat him. It would be a good fight. But Eleider Alvarez showed his worth in the fight against Sergey Kovalev. Now, Sergey Kovalev, from reports, has actually exercised his immediate rematch clause in the contract. Now, is that the smartest move for Sergey Kovalev? Should he have taken the immediate rematch, or should he have taken a break, kind of get away from boxing for a little bit and come back maybe mentally stronger and maybe try to get his body together a little bit? Now, because Eleider Alvarez won the fight, I don't want to lose sight of what happened in the fight. Whenever Sergey Kovalev fights, it doesn't matter who he fights, he gets his guy in trouble at some point during the fight. He has his guy hurt at some point during the fight. Now, old Sergey Kovalev, vintage Sergey Kovalev, at his best Sergey Kovalev, if he gets you in trouble, you're not getting out of it. Like, you're done. It's either you're gonna get KO'd or TKO'd, one of the two. And with Sergey Kovalev in his fight versus Eleider Alvarez, he got that moment just like all his other fights. I think it was round 5. I want to say round 5. He had Eleider Alvarez in big trouble. Big trouble. And the fact that Sergey Kovalev couldn't finish the deal, I think it says a lot. And I think that is partially the reason why not only myself but a lot of other people say that he's still tainted from the Andre Ward losses. It's something that he always brings up. You can even go on the social media, and at times he'll post things that has to do with Andre Ward. To this day, I think mentally he never got over that fight, from a sense of not holding himself accountable. And he blamed everybody from John David Jackson to training regiments to low blows to the referee. Everybody but Sergey Kovalev was the reason why he lost those 2 fights. Everybody but Sergey Kovalev. So when I seen Eleider Alvarez survive those trouble moments with Sergey Kovalev, I was like, whether Sergey Kovalev wins or loses, this is a turning point for Sergey Kovalev, because this is the first time that somebody has been in trouble with him, and not only have they survived it, but they're gonna come back. And even in the Andre Ward fight, he knocked Andre Ward down in the first fight, and then after that, Andre Ward completely dominated after that knockdown. Probably a round or 2 after that knockdown, he started dominating Sergey Kovalev, probably from round 6 on. And then the rematch with Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev didn't have Andre Ward in trouble at all. He lost that fight, and then he fought Shabransky and McCalkin, both lesser opponents, and he got them in trouble, and he got them out of there. Right back to vintage Sergey Kovalev. Eleider Alvarez, they thought the same thing. Thought he was a lesser opponent, unknown guy, just a mandatory that's been getting step aside money for years. We'll take care of him, no problem. And when Eleider Alvarez overcame that trouble moment, I think it took Sergey Kovalev for a loop mentally. I think mentally he kind of went in a tailspin, because he was like, okay, I gave this guy my money shot and he's still here. You got to be mentally strong to survive that, and you have to be mentally strong to bounce back from a guy surviving that trouble moment when you're used to getting your guy up out of there. And it's kind of the mentality of a bully. Kovalev has been a bully his whole career, and it's no different than having a bully in the street. When a bully is faced with adversity, more than likely that bully is going to fold. More than likely that bully's going to fold. And that's the case with Sergey Kovalev. So going forward, should he take this immediate rematch or take a break? Me personally, I would say he should take the immediate rematch. And I'm going to tell you why, because a lot of people would say that he shouldn't. Number one, I don't want Sergey Kovalev taking no long layoffs. Because if he has a drinking problem like people say he does, then he's just giving himself more time to drink and not be in camp. That's number one. Number two, I don't think anybody has accused Sergey Kovalev of being a gym rat. He's one of those guys that's pretty much only in the gym when he's in camp. So if he's taking a 9-10 months off, a year plus off, he's not going to be in the gym like that. So some boxers that take layoffs, it benefits them. It doesn't affect their craft. But I think the worst thing that Sergey Kovalev can do is take time off. Mentally, he is who he is right now. He's always going to be fighting those demons of Andre Ward. But from a boxing standpoint, Sergey Kovalev is going to have to dig really, 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 really deep. And it's not physical. It's all mental and emotional. It's all mental and emotional. He's going to walk into the ring now against Eleider Alvarez and any other fighter in the future, knowing that he doesn't have that mystique anymore. He doesn't have that mental advantage when he walks into the ring of guys being scared of him before the first bell rings. he's going to be walking in with guys that's going to be trying to take his head off, just like he's trying to take their head off. It's a whole different element for a bully. It's a whole different element. And it's going to be interesting to see if Kovalev bounces back. Me personally, I think he's done. But if he comes back, he beats Eleider Alvarez in an immediate rematch, I will give that man all the props in the world. But me personally, I think he's done. I think Eleider Alvarez, he not only TKO'd Sergey Kovalev, but he came up with his own blueprint to beat Sergey Kovalev. He didn't take the Andre Ward blueprint. He created his own blueprint. He didn't even go to the body that much. So imagine in a rematch, he's probably going to start going to the body. And Kovalev going to have to take them body shots on top of the head shots. And the thing that concerned me the most about Sergey Kovalev is he couldn't get away from the right hand. He could not get away from the right hand. That right hand was just money all night. Whether he was throwing it straight, looping shot, 45s. I mean, whenever he threw the right hand, it pretty much landed on Sergey Kovalev. And you can see, even in the slow motions, you can look at him and see he could see the right hand coming, but he just can't do anything about it. Sergey Kovalev doesn't know anything about head movement. He's never had to move his head because everybody been scared of him. His boxing craft and his mental game is going to be the keys for Sergey Kovalev to return to somewhat of his form. And I'm really curious and interested to see whether he can beat Eleider Alvarez in a rematch. But Eleider Alvarez is going to be Kovalev's career for the next year or so, because if Kovalev wins the rematch, then it's probably going to be a good fight, and it's probably going to be a trilogy. So Sergey Kovalev's foreseeable future is Eleider Alvarez, basically. So I have no problem with Sergey Kovalev taking the immediate rematch. I don't think it's beneficial for him to take time off. And he's 35 years old. He's not in a position to be, quote-unquote, climbing himself back up the ladder. He's already there. He might as well shoot his shot right now. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments section about Sergey Kovalev, and should he take the immediate rematch or should he take a break? G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.